Thank you so much, Craig, for taking the time out of your day to come do this interview with me. I'm super honored to have you on the channel. I'm a big fan of yours. I don't know if you've seen any of my videos. I think I sent you one of them.
I can't recall. I handle too much volume all the time, so I lose track of things. This is why people have assistants, and I'm still stubbornly resisting that, thinking it would be more work than they'd save.
Yeah, that's all right. So I made a video about Craigslist versus Facebook Marketplace and why Craigslist is the better website.
That's what I do remember that. I like it. I think I sent it to the folks at Craigslist. The deal is I retired from there 5 years ago because all my attentions are focused on philanthropy now. And I guess I need to be good at that and stay good at that, at least within my limits. As a nerd, let's say it taxes my very limited social skills.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad you got to see that video and the folks at Craigslist got to see it too. That's super cool. For anyone who doesn't know Craig, he's the founder of Craigslist. He doesn't really need an introduction on this channel. We've talked a lot about him. He founded Craigslist. He's one of the top philanthropists in the world. And according to his Instagram, he's also a customer service rep. So Craig, what did you mean by that, customer service rep? Is that for Craigslist?
When I was at Craigslist, I started the thing and was the programmer, customer service person for the first few years. And I just kept doing customer service until I retired there, meaning, when I could help when someone got through to me or just for some routine work, I helped where I could. The deal is in 1999, I made Craigslist into an actual company, and I decided to monetize as little as possible, mostly because my Sunday school teachers told me to know when enough is enough. And for the first year, or almost the first year, I was CEO, but I learned the hard way that as a manager, I suck. But I'm a really good customer service rep. I've done that most of my grown-up career. And I named someone else CEO, gave up all management responsibility, went into full-time customer service, and did that throughout Craigslist history. But 5 years ago, I realized they don't need me at all. And I decided I could do a lot more good going full-time in philanthropy. I still do customer service, but a lot of it is things like asking people to be clear about something, or to supply the right tax docs, or to remind them to sign their application.
I think Craigslist is a great website, and it's awesome that you've had the opportunity to start it. So we'd love to hear about how this website Craigslist came into being and what made you start that original email list way back in the day, and how did that eventually turn into a website?
Well, back in early '95, I was still felt fairly new to San Francisco, but a lot of people were helping me connect with what was going on. So I figure I should help other people connect, and I would like to connect better with people. So I started a simple events list. It's just kept growing from there via word of mouth.
Yeah, that's very cool. And then how did that email list become a website? What made you wanna make that jump?
Well, the email list became a website when, and I'm not sure, but it was probably '96. I realized that I had all these emails, and that I could, emails, have a predictable format. I could write some software which would turn emails into web pages. So I had instant web publishing, and for free.
I was wondering why you decided to name the website Craigslist and how it feels to have one of the biggest websites in the world named after you.
Well, I didn't give the thing a name. About halfway into '95, when the CC mechanism I was using to effect a mailing list, it broke at about 240 addresses. At that point, I had to use a list server and had to give the thing a name. And since I'm very literal minded, speaking as a nerd, I wanted to call it San Francisco Events. People around me, they told me they already called it Craigslist, that I had created a brand, and that they explained to me what a brand is. And then and they were right. By calling it Craigslist, I not only maintain the brand, but I guess I implicitly committed to keep it personal and quirky. How I feel about all this over the years is it's all pretty surreal. My deal is that it's something I started. It feels good that I've helped out people, mostly tens of millions of Americans, maybe more. And it's nice thinking that, Craigslist helped them out. And then it's back to work.
You've definitely helped a lot of people with Craigslist. And I think one of those ways is that Craigslist is pretty much free to use. You don't charge for very many things on the website, and there aren't any advertisements. So tell us about how you came to that decision.
The first part of that decision was at the end of '97. People wanted to pay me for job postings. And also people wanted to pay for advertising, banner ads. And I realized that just doing programming work, I made more money than I really needed. And I dislike banner ads, so I said no. And regarding just making a lot more money in general, I was thinking about what I learned in Sunday school from Mr. and Mrs. Levin. They helped me understand that, that you should know when enough is enough. And so in '99, when I made Craigslist into a company, first I decided not to do the usual Silicon Valley thing, not to monetize everything, because the bankers and VCs I was talking to wanted me to do that. And then I'm thinking we'll build that into the company's DNA. We would charge people who normally paid much more money for less effective ads. So it's basically the moral compass my Sunday school teacher set for me. This would be way back in the late 50s, I think, because I'm very old. My birthday is next week. I turn 71.
And what day is your birthday?
It's Wednesday the 6th.
Wednesday the 6th. Okay. Well, that's coming up. That's super exciting. But anyways, what you've done with Craigslist is very impressive, and you've definitely helped a lot of people through that, but you've helped even more people through your philanthropy efforts. So why don't you give us just a short summary on what that is and what is Craig Newmark Philanthropies?
But my philanthropic deal is basically I've identified some areas where I can feel I could help out and where I should help out. And then I maintain a network of people who can advise me in these areas. One big area now is cybersecurity. Another big area is helping out military families and veterans and their families. I do other stuff too, like helping with journalism. And when I talk about helping pigeon rescue, while I'm making light of it, I actually do help out pigeon rescue.
So what do you do with pigeon rescue? Tell us more about that for those of us who don't know about pigeons.
Well, what I do is actually next to nothing. I financially subsidize them and help get out the word. There have been a few pigeon photo ops over the years, and I'm probably overdue for another. My favorite pigeon, who's a New Yorker, Ghostface Killer the pigeon, he encourages me to do more for pigeons.
Oh, that's great. I love pigeons too, Craig, and I'm very inspired by your love of birds. Are you still an avid bird watcher?
I've never been a serious bird watcher. Our deal is that we put out food and water for the birds and the deal is they come out to be watched, but I rarely leave the home to look at them. Now and then I'll be out and about and I'll see something. And if I'm lucky, I can get a good photo, but usually not. I mean, I do need to go to Central Park sometime, and I guess I would do that as part of a photo op for the Wild Bird Fund, which does a great job up there.
Cool. Yeah, I'm glad for all of the things you're doing for the pigeons of the world, Craig. Well, we also have a couple questions submitted from some viewers. So
Sure.
this first one is bird related. Somebody asked, they wanted to know about your greatest regrets and some bird trivia.
My greatest regret overall, frankly, is in 2010, someone brought me into the West Wing and to let me know how bad a job I was doing in communications. She helped me understand that no good deed goes unpunished, and that a person who's basically honest is no match confronting someone who lies for a living. I regret not really seriously paying attention and learning from that. Eventually I did, and but it took 2 years or more to sink in. And a lot of damage was done in those 2 years that we haven't recovered from. I think the other question had to do with bird trivia.
Yeah, just a fun bird trivia fact for us.
Well, Ghostface Killer, the pigeon who runs our yard in New York, I reflect that I think he's looking for his fifth wife now. There are tens of pigeons around our house who have plumage similar to his, and I do reflect that Ghostface has much better social skills than I do.
Someone wanted to know what you think about the direction of the internet in general. What are your thoughts on the internet, Craig?
The internet just reflects ordinary humanity, lots and lots of good, and a small amount of bad stuff, although we tend to perceive it out of proportion. It's in the news more often. So we need to find better ways to amplify the good. The big challenge is going to be how generative AI is applied throughout the entire internet. This is an active topic of discussion everywhere, I guess. And I'm doing what I can to help the people who know this stuff, and I'm trying to amplify their voices. It's all a whole big set of moving targets. Me, I'd like to find better ways of providing customer service using generative AI while actually making the customer service jobs for people better jobs.
One other thing that I actually had prepared for us today, I don't want to keep you here for too much longer, but I wanted to play a little game to kind of keep things fun.
I don't do fun, but I can play along.
Okay, yeah. Well, so I made us a little Kahoot. Do you know about Kahoot?
No.
No. Okay, Kahoot is a quiz game, and it's a quiz on Craigslist. So I think you might find this one pretty easy.
You'd be surprised. My ignorance is vast.
All right. Well, what do you say we put it to the test?
Sure.
Okay, just a moment. I'm just gonna pull that up for us. So what you're gonna do is just go to the website .it.
I can try the site and all that, but well, we'll see in a moment.
All
I
right.
need a moment to type things in. I'm entering a nickname.
Awesome. Okay. So how this is gonna work is a question's gonna come up on the screen, and then it's gonna be a multiple choice, and you just have to answer as fast as you can.
Okay. There will be times when there's things I can't answer.
That's okay. That's okay. Who is the founder of Craigslist?
Okay.
All right, you got that one. Starting
Thank
out
you.
easy. Okay, now it's going to get a little harder. When did the Craigslist website go live? You said it earlier today, actually.
Oh, I tapped the screen, but I needed to tap it harder.
Sometimes Kahoot can be a little finicky.
Me too.
How did Craigslist get its name? This one's a little bit harder.
None of those are correct. So I could, I'll do the funniest one.
Oh, eggs list. Yeah, that's a common misconception. A lot of people think Craigslist eggs list, but
I'd like to meet some people who think that. My dad, however, was named Leon.
yeah, did you ever think about calling it Leon's list?
No, that never came up. And remember, other people gave it the name, not me.
Right. Okay. How many cities have a Craigslist page?
I'm hitting it 3 times. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, a lot of people think every city has a Craigslist page, but actually that's not true, is it?
Correct.
This one's a true or false. Craigslist is the most popular website in the world.
Kahoot is really making me tap things.
Yeah, unfortunately it's not, but you know, someday. Okay, here's a bird question. What kind of bird is this? Do you recognize this photo?
I do, and I'm hitting the button. I had to hit it 4 times to take.
Okay, can I have a job at Craigslist?
I hope there's I don't know. I'm not certain how to answer this. I'll assume sure is meant sardonically and hope that Mabel doesn't hurt me.
Oh, I forgot to answer
Time's
that
up.
one. Dang it. We'll get it next time.
Well, that's probably a better result. I hit the button 5 times, but it didn't take it.
What is the name of Craig Newmark's philanthropy?
2, 3, 4, 5. Took 5 taps.
I'm sorry that Kahoot is not working for you very well.
At my age, it's not surprising.
A lot of people think that maybe since Craigslist is called Craigslist, that Craig Philanthropies would be called something like Craiglanthropies, but you decided to name it just Craig Newmark Philanthropies, didn't you?
I have no imagination.
What is Craig's favorite animal? Actually, I don't know the answer to this, so I guessed. The answer is birds?
That's what I tried. I'm
Is
thinking
that
of
your
ghost
favorite?
faced. Well, I do love cats. I do love dogs. Horses and I have never gotten along.
Okay, this one's a typing answer. What is the password to Craigslist? Just in case I want to log on sometime. To, like change things or... Yeah, you can just type the password to Craigslist right there.
That's a computer security joke.
Password. I actually did have one of the correct answers as password. I should have kept that there, but
I haven't had a Craigslist password of any sort for 5 years or more.
let's review the podium. So let's see who won that. And it looks like third place is no one. Oh, second place. Oh, it was a close game, Craig. It was a close game.
I guess I'll just have to retire. Wait, I'm already retired.
There you go. Okay, awesome. Okay, Craig, well, it was super awesome to have you today. It was a pleasure to get to meet you and talk to you and hear more about Craigslist, and a real honor to have you on the channel.
Okay. Good meeting you.
Yeah, you too, Craig. Have a good one.
Take care. Bye-bye.